Exactly on time. My alarm is just going off. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay. Just going to check into my hamster run PC to see how things are going. Bear with me a second, guys. Bear with me a second. Here is the crystal ball. It is real. It is a real crystal ball. Audio clear and video clear. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chris, for letting me know. Right. Yes, I can see that I am live on my PC as well. So all is good. How are you all doing? How has today been for you? Because there's been some shit going on in the news, hasn't there? Which I don't really want to talk about too much, because it's just not what I want to hear at this time of year. I'm talking about China. I only saw it recently, so I don't know if there's anything else that's happened since then. So yeah, we're going to try and have a laugh tonight because, yeah, I'll explain the crystal ball to you in a moment and how it works. If you are watching, guys, could you give us a like? That would be really helpful for the algorithms of the channel. I'll give myself a like on my PC. You know, you just have to get the likes up. And if you would like to share on your socials, please go ahead and share. Diz, I've got my thoughts on that, which I'll talk about in a bit, as to why they've done it at this time of year. But yeah. So who have we got in the chat? We've got Chris C. Thank you, Chris, for being a mod. And Diz, thank you for being a mod as well. Brilliant to have you guys here. I want to let you know that I will be finishing at 7 because I didn't realize that Regan Elite normally goes live at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. I don't know what day it is. These days between Christmas and New Year can be so confusing for people and definitely confusing for me because I'm already a confused person. So he has kindly said that he will go live at 7 p.m. So be great if you could all, pop over to his channel and follow him afterwards and just chat there. So you can carry on your chats here in there. I don't think he'll mind too much. I really don't. So we've got Pete. Hi, Pete. Hi, Kirsty. Lovely to see you. Who else? Have I missed anybody? I've said Diz, Kirsty. Hi, Liz Allen. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining. Fantastic. China has been sending ships towards Taiwan. Yeah. So yeah, it's and they have also been firing rockets in Taiwan's direction, but they have been exploding up in the air or over the sea or something. And it's a show of force. And it reminds me of what happened with Russia when they had the maneuvers on the border of Ukraine just before the war broke out there. And I didn't look in my crystal ball for this earlier. I actually just sort of figured, yeah, the whole world is going to be besieged by the megalomaniacs, the idiots, sorry, I've got a bit of dirt underneath my nail. I've been doing stuff around the house today, trying to get everything ready because there is an old wives' tale that on New Year's Day, you shouldn't do any housework unless you want to be doing that through the year, i.e. every day. So do things on New Year's Day that you want to actually do. So I want to sit with my feet up and watch movies on New Year's Day when I get back from my camping thing. So yeah, the whole, I mean, yesterday Trump was sending missiles to Venezuela, and today it's China and Ukraine have been blamed for sending drone missiles to Putin's palace, although they deny it. Yeah. And then, of course, we have the race wars, the just the right wing, left wing, the lies that happen in the media and all the misinformation that's out there, just brought up in my mind that Billy Joel song, We Didn't Start the Fire. Brilliant song, that. Absolutely brilliant song. Love all the lyrics in there. So, so true. We didn't start the fire because it was always burning since the world's been turning. Doing my last clean as we speak, so mainly listening. Thank you, Stephen, for joining us today. Fabulous to have you here. Lovely to see you guys in the chat. Really, really is that you are supporting me in my endeavors to grow my channel. I want to say thank you to all the new subs, because it has gone up over the last few days. So I really, really want to thank you guys for that. So welcome to the channel. You are welcome to comment in the chat. Please keep it civil and polite with each other. We are a family in this chat. We do chat on other channels as well. And we ask for courteous and kind behavior. You are by all means allowed to have differing views to us. But if you're going to have differing views, differ them, write them in a way that is courteous and kind rather than aggressive and nasty. I know Chris yesterday, he had a point that he mentioned, and I agreed with him, and he was very kind and said, not meaning to cause any, I think, stir up anything. I think you said, Chris, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I will always look at an opinion and take it in, because we all have different thoughts. We all have different perspectives. But if you are going to troll me, then fuck off. And Chris and Diz will make sure that you do. Like I say, if you're going to troll in a polite way. Thanks. Almost 1,000 subs. I know, Stephen, I've been trying to get up to 1,000 for so long now. I feel like I climbing up that last sort of 100 meters of the mountain, bare fingers and no ropes and no pitons and no, safety harness, nothing, just like gritting my teeth and going. What he said, thanks, Diz. Trolls will not be tolerated, and the consequences for such behaviour will be swift and final by me and Diz. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Wonder if Billy Joel has updated the lyrics on tour. Arlo Guthrie updated his LGBTQIA reference in Alice's Restaurant at least twice that I know. That's brilliant. He may well have done. He may well have done. It's something, if one of you guys wants to look that up, it would be interesting to find out. And if he hasn't, we can all send him fan mail and tell him, oi, change. I think he would. I think he is the kind of person that would do that, especially with his lyrics. You can see his politics from those lyrics are left-leaning. The Piano Man, one of my favorite tracks of his, just a brilliant musician. So, the crystal ball. Now, how I divine from this crystal ball is images appear. And a lot of the time, they do not make sense at all. And I just pass on a message from this. And hopefully the person on the other side understands it and knows what I'm on about. So it's very heavy, just so you know, it is very, very heavy. And I'm always so nervous of dropping it, because if I do, it will probably break. And it was gifted to me. I had a yoga studio in Worksop, and in that yoga studio, there was a tower room. And I had that tower room and I did my readings in there. And one of my clients who came to me for readings brought me this because she had no use for it. So absolutely brilliant. I've been gifted so many beautiful things over the years that I have asked the goddess for, and she has supplied in ways that I would never have thought. And obviously, when you receive a gift like this, because this size crystal ball is pretty pricey, so it's nice to have it gifted. So I cleansed it and I've taken good care of it ever since. I have a cabinet. It's a glass cabinet from the shop that I had. I had a shop on the premises where I had my yoga studio. So it's a proper glass cabinet from a shop, and I have all of my crystal balls in there, as well as some very expensive and unique pieces of crystal. I'm a crystal hoarder. So I'm going to be doing some divination with the crystal ball. And if any of you have any questions, please feel free to ask me if you would like a message from the crystal ball, all the tarot cards that I've got here, and I've also got my crystals. There's a little mark on this. There we go. It's gone now. Just highlight it for me at the Witchy Goth, and it shows up in yellow on my screen, and I will notice it because obviously comments go quite quickly sometimes. So I have my Celtic Druid Tarot deck, which is my favorite deck. You can see it's well used, well worn. It's had coffee spilt on it. It's been cleaned several times, and it is my ultimate favorite deck. When I do readings, this is the one that I normally use. I also complement that with the Earth Magic Oracle deck, which is another one that is absolutely lovely to work with. And then one of my favorite decks, another one that's been well used over the years, is my Gothic Tarot deck. And these are pretty dark messages here, so you may not want me to read from here. I will read from the Celtic Druid deck and the Oracle deck, but if you choose to have a Gothic card, let me know. Hi, Mithril, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Billy Joel hasn't updated the lyrics to We Didn't Start the Fire, but Fall Out Boy did in 2023. That's brilliant. Showing my age, I still think out loud before Googling. Yeah, I do too. So, right, let's see. So we've got Mithril has joined. Fantastic. So lovely to have you all here. I do have a cup of hot water and lemon. Rather than tea, I just fancy something to cleanse my palate. I have already lit a candle and some incense. You may be able to see the reflection of it over there. The candle that is in the photo that I have on there, which is a photograph of the Temple of Isis at Pompeii, one of my favorite temples to visit. Actually, when I went to Pompeii, it wasn't open, but there were two guards or guides outside the gate, and I asked them, please, would you mind opening up this gate for me so I can get in, because this was the temple that I wanted to visit. Isis, or Inanna, as she was previous to Isis, is one of my deities that I work with. So what's spooky, Stephen? What's spooky? What have I missed? What's spooky? Oh, it's on top chat and not live chat. Incense sticks set my bloody... there's no smoke alarm in this room and the door's shut. And yes, I have got an incense burning that is incredibly smoky. So yeah, I agree with you. The guy that came to put them in all over the bloody house, which is really annoying. You only need two. You only need one downstairs and one upstairs, and he put in another 4. Hi, Draka, thank you for joining. Lovely to see you. A lot of people sneeze from incense sticks. Yeah, I know, but you don't have to smell it because you're not here. So that's all good. So I've already cleansed my crystal ball. I've cleansed my cards. Oh, and the other thing that I have here as well is my bag of crystals. Now, there are about 100 crystals in here, all different ones, some of the same, as in there'll be numerous pieces of rose quartz, for example. They're all, some are tumbled, some are raw. So you can see the sort of mix of crystals that are there. We've got rose quartz, we've got Dalmatian jasper, red jasper, that is carnelian. We've got a piece of white quartz there, a piece of fluorite, one of my favorite crystals, piece of aquamarine, little tiny piece of aquamarine, unakite, and another piece of carnelian. Obviously, it's about creativity for me today. So I will pull crystals to complement the cards and see where we go. So as I said, hi Elle, thanks for joining, my love. If you do have a question that you want to ask me, if you want me to pull a card for you, you can just type in @thewitchygoth. It highlights it in yellow for me, and I will pull a stone or a crystal for you. You do not have to ask me a direct question. If you don't want to, you can just ask, please give me a message. And that message that is needed for you will come through. So sometimes I get a lot of people saying to me, well, that's not what I wanted to hear. But that's what the goddess wants you to hear. So you might not like the answer, but there's a reason that you're getting that answer. So what's a legal requirement in Scotland? 3 smoke alarms in a 1-bed flat, 1 in the hallway, 1 in the kitchen, and 1 in the living room, and they are all linked together. I've got 3 battery operated ones and 3 that are connected into the electricity. So, you know, Elle, do your card, right? You're closing chapter 6 of your life. I'm interested if chapter 7 is any good. Okay. And yes, just for warning's sake, readings, it is a sort of thing that I have to say is this is for entertainment purposes only. Even though I believe it and the things that I've said have come true. Seriously would like to know if my uncle's cat will settle with me, please. Okay. Right, let's look for Elle first of all. Okay, Elle, I see that a journey is showing for you in my crystal ball. I don't know if it is a journey as in getting in the car and driving somewhere or on a plane, but I feel that it's this journey, it could well be a soul journey, but I feel that it is going to be incredibly positive for you, show you new directions. Let's have a look at the cards, see what the cards say. But yeah, this journey is, I'm seeing water. Water generally means the flow, going with the flow, movement, waves. So the waves are not high, but I do sense that it's a journey. It could be a short break that you're going to have. And just so you guys know, you do not have to respond to these in the comments either. If you do not want personal information shared, I understand. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Wands for you, Elle, which is a fabulous card. I don't know if you can see that. This is all about celebrations. It's all about perhaps going to a wedding or attending a wedding. It could be a christening or something along those veins, something that you are going to celebrate. And I know it comes up and it's New Year's Eve tomorrow night, but that's not what this celebration is about. It's about something that is perhaps more connected to family, and it may not be birth family or bloodline family. It could be an extended family in your life that is some connection to you. I feel that these connected people are far away, and whether they are far away in distance or far away in thought, if that makes sense. But this celebration, it's whenever I get this card, it generally shows that it's a birthday, it's a wedding, it's a christening, but it's something very, very positive. You can see the fire underneath there, which shows that the positive energy, it's going to raise that energy in that area of your life. So it could be something that you've not yet been invited to. Let's have a look at what the crystals say. See if I can get anything clearer. Okay, a piece of sodalite. It's a blue crystal with white sort of blobbies on it. And this is all to do with communication. It is truthful and straightforward communication. It could be with this person, this friend that you've got, or it could be communication with yourself, that you need to start being honest with you and who you are and where you want to go in life. Perhaps you don't speak your mind as much as you should. Perhaps there are things that you're holding in from yourself, from who you feel you truly are. And it may be time to accept that in your life, or to vocalize that. If you don't want to vocalize it to a specific person, you could write it down and perhaps start focusing on those words and trying to sort of, when we are not communicating or listening to ourselves, our throat chakra closes. And this is a crystal that we would use over the throat chakra. And it can feel like you've got a cough or a tickly throat. Often when I'm doing healing on people, because I do Reiki as well, and I get to that throat chakra with the healing energy that I'm doing, they swallow. And it is a natural thing that happens over that. They've got their eyes closed and I cover their face with a face cloth, so they can't see what I'm doing. But it is a natural thing that people do once you start opening up that throat chakra. I hope that helps you, Elle. I hope that's brought you some sort of direction. If anybody does want to have a reading with me, you can contact me on my Facebook page, The Witchy Goth, and email me on Messenger. I'm going to be setting up the email address on here when I get back in the new year. I just not had time today. It was something on my list of to-dos today, and it's just not gotten there. So I've just had so much to do. So Ella, I hope that helps you. And like I say, if you do want a reading, please contact me via Messenger on my Facebook page, The Witchy Goth, and I will message you. There is a fee. And we can negotiate that fee for those who are on benefits and so on, because I know and understand, because I've been there. You can have either a half hour or a full hour reading, whichever you prefer. Normally my readings go over that time, so you know I do tend to give a lot out. Stephen, you asked about your cat, if your cat will settle with you. What's the cat's name? I think you said yesterday in a post or a comment, I think you said what the cat's name was. Is it Poppy? Because I know somebody mentioned Poppy at some stage. So Clara. Okay, Clara. What a lovely name. Is she named after Clara from the Nutcracker? Okay. Has she been hiding under the bed or hiding away somewhere, sort of slinking low to the ground? It's a new environment for her. You're a new person. On a practical level, because I've had cats that come in, feed her where she is to start with. So put a bowl of food down where she is. Give her treats from your hands. Cats, if you fresh chicken is always good, you know, cooked, obviously. Dreamies, they like dreamies. Sort of lay a trail of them to get her to come out a little bit. Is her fur a bit sort of matted? You may want to invest in a brush or a comb for her, nothing too harsh, because I know you said she's an older cat. She's been hiding there trying to get her over. Yeah, they will. You were thinking Clara from Doctor Who. Okay. If cats take time to adjust to new environments, and they will come out eventually, but you have to be gentle around them. So if you are walking past where she is, walk slowly. Don't do anything that will, startle her. And as I say, food, always a big, big thing to draw them out. Put her litter tray near to where she's hiding as well, so that she knows where it is, and then gradually move the litter tray to the place where you want it and move her food to the place where you want to feed her. Also make sure she's got enough water. So, you know, another good thing to do is to get down on your hands and knees, to sort of even lay down and just look, you know, and when you look at her, close your eyes like cats do, like that half sort of close. That is a smile to a cat. And they do respond to it. They don't like being looked at directly, although mine do now, because obviously I've had them for years. But if you do that sort of half smile at them and, you know, entice them with toys, catnip, and Feliway. If all else fails, Feliway. Get a Feliway infuser and plug that in. It does work. It really does work. Has she got her old toys and blankets and things with her? You know, don't wash them if she has. Keep them with those smells on. It's always a good thing to do, is to keep those familiar scents around her. I'm just going to have a look with my cards now and see. Yeah, I think she's a bit nervous. I'm sensing that she's a bit nervous. She's overwhelmed. She doesn't know what's going on. Okay, I've got the lady. So she perhaps is a bit of a proper little madam and likes things her way. She may be a bit testy. So treat her like a lady. Girl cats can be quite difficult. They really can. I've got 4 girls and 1 boy at the moment, and I've always found boys to be easier to deal with. I've got a piece of red jasper. It's all about love. It's all about passion and creativity. Yes, you will become close friends. You will definitely become close friends. Okay, so patience, keep enticing her, get down to her level. Sort of, if she is under the settee or under the bed, just lay down there for a while. Just be with her. As I said, walk slowly past her. Try not to, you know, move quickly or stomp around. They like, you know, when they are coming out of their shell like that and getting used to you, they like slow movements. They don't want to be startled. I hope that helps you. You'll have to keep us updated on that. And Mithril, you asked a question. You felt very lost this year. Are things going to improve for you at all? Okay. Mithril, do you journal? If you don't, now is the time. I see you writing and writing and writing, and I see you writing, you know, with one of those old pens, the feather pen with ink on proper parchment paper. You know, if that's something that you want to do, get yourself one of those pens, get yourself some parchment paper and perhaps write on that. But I feel that writing is something that you need to embrace. I don't know if you're writing a book or if you journal or but a lot of writing, a lot of written word. Also could be reading as well. So I think there's a lot for you to learn from specific books, but I see you more writing than anything else. It's like a very old-fashioned desk. I don't know if you believe in past lives, but I sense that you did have a past life, perhaps in the 15th century. And I sense that you were male. And writing was something that you coveted doing, that you wanted to do at that time. I'm not saying you were Shakespeare, okay, so let's not go there. But I do feel that there was a past life where you were writing and you never completed what you were going to do. Guys, if I'm talking absolute bollocks, just tell me. But I sense that writing is something that's going to be a focus for you this year, and probably something that's going to help you as well. Let's have a look what the cards say. Okay, got the Hanged Man. So as you can see, it's a number 4. He makes a number 4 as he's hanging on the tree. It's not a bad card. It is a good card, but it shows that you have been confused over which way to go with stepping forwards into the future. It is the 12th card in the major arcana. So he's bound and his foot's connected. And it's maybe that you've been feeling that you should be doing something, but you must be doing something else, if that makes sense. It's almost as if there's been a part of you that's saying, no, that's just too indulgent and you need to focus more on the reality. But it's almost as if that card is saying to you, no, you now need to bring that into your life, even in just a small way. You know, when we live and we are forced in life to do certain things and to live in a certain way, and it's time for us to live how we want to live and make those changes of how we want to move forwards. So I sense that it's yourself holding you back. Fear, perhaps some fear holding you back. Let's see what the crystals have to say. Okay, a piece of carnelian. This is all about creativity. Carnelian, we use it over our sacral chakra, which is over our womb or gonad area. And this is our creation center. Obviously, we create through birth. We create through, those things that we have in that area, the ovaries and the gonads. And it is saying it is time for you to create. It is saying you need to connect to that creativity. It could be that you've got an idea that you want to do something and it's going to take a lot of effort and energy for you to do it, but you can do it. You can. You need to draw that energy into your life, if that makes sense. I hope that helps you a little bit. Let's have a look at some of the comments, guys. And guys, let me know, you can send me messages privately. I'll get the email address up here on probably on Friday. So you can let me know on Friday if the message is bollocks or if you think it's right. I don't want, if you don't want to say here, that's perfectly fine. So let me just have a look at some comments. I see here, Stephen, I sat cats for my family. It's only me at home, so she'll get the space she needs. Absolutely, Stephen. And, trust, if you show that you are afraid of her, she will be afraid of you. They pick up on our energy. They really, really do. Before you try to brush her, says Pete, leave the brush lying near her so she can investigate it and get used to it. Absolutely. I mean, I've got Thorn who loves to be brushed. He will get on my knee and he would let me brush him all day. But, different animals are different. I've had cats who hate being brushed. Chris C., my old German Shepherd, Cara, was a big teddy bear. She worked out if she sat and looked cute around the kids, she would get sweeties. The crafty minx. I have that with Buttercup. She will sit in front of me and look with these big eyes and meow at me in a very loud, shouty way when she wants to get on my knee or she wants food. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Billy. Good to see you here. Let's have a look if there are any more comments. That's helpful, which she says, Mithril. Thank you. You are more than welcome. And Elle says, your piggies like being brushed. I'm guessing you mean guinea pigs there. Yeah, guinea pigs are cute. They make the cutest noises when they eat. If you do want a message, please pop a question into the chat using @WitchyGoth or @TheWitchyGoth. It shows up yellow on my chat and I can see the question. You may want just a sort of quick, what's going on in my life, or what should I do? Where should I go? It may not be a specific question, but if you want to do that, please feel free to do that. Can you be cheeky and ask how bonniepaws.uk will do in 2026? Okay, I'm going to use the crystals. These crystals are one of my favorite mediums. I use them on a daily basis for myself. I also pull a tarot card for myself daily, but it depends on the deck that I use. I use different decks, but the crystals have been with me for so long and collected over the years. I have ultimate trust in these. I'm already picking up that you might need to get somebody to help you. Okay, I've got Moonstone here. It is going to go well. It really is going to go very, very well. And I do think that you are probably going to, like I say, have somebody helping you. You might be a bit rushed off your feet, which will be a good thing. So yeah, also perhaps look at increasing your pricing slightly as well. Everybody likes a bargain, but also we underselling ourselves as crafters and as somebody with their own business is something that we tend to do. I know that I've been asked in the past, why do you charge for readings? Why do you charge for healings? Well, because I have spent years studying. I have put a huge amount of effort and energy into it. The same with your work. You put a huge amount of effort and energy into it, and you need to be, compensated for that in a fair manner. But yes, I do feel Moonstone says yes, definitely. And talking of Moonstone, it is full moon on Saturday evening, and I'm going to go live on Saturday evening. Now, I know that Phil goes live at 7, and he's quite fastidious with his time on a Saturday. So I will either go live at 6 or I will go live at 8. And I will be doing a little bit of a full moon ritual for you guys to watch. It'll just be something here in front of me, but it will give you an idea of the sort of thing that I do. And, you can sort of take from it or just watch me and think she's a bloody idiot. I really don't mind. You can think that I've got thick skin, been doing this for a long time, I've been a goth for a very long time, and I've had people say things to me. So it really does not bother me. So yeah, I'm going to have to finish at 7 this evening because Regan Elite, I didn't realize he normally goes live at 6, and I'm so confused with this time of year. So I will be finishing at 7 o'clock because he had agreed to move his to 7 p.m. So please do go and support him. Chris or Diz, can you put a link up to Regan Elite's channel onto the chat, please? Thank you. Okay, Draco, you're asking for a reading as well. Pete, I saw that you asked something, I think. Okay, Andrea would like to know what 2026 may bring for me. Right, sorry, I'm going on the list here that I've got in front of me. So if your question came before on your feed, I'm just going down the list. Okay, Andrea. Andrea, there's a lot of movement around you. Are you planning a physical move, either with a home or with a job or something along those lines? If you're not planning it, it may be something that will come up later on in the year, but I sense there's quite a big shift in a grounding energy around you, and that grounding energy to me would be a home. But there are also rainbows around you, which shows me that there is a huge amount of positive energy coming your way. A rainbow brings you everything that you need, that you wish for in life. So now is the time to make your wishes. And tomorrow evening, with it being New Year, is a good time to make wishes. But yeah, the rainbow shows me that whatever you do this year will be positive. It will go for you in the right direction. Let's have a look at what the cards say. And when I say in the right direction, sometimes things don't go the way we planned. Sometimes things get a bit of a hiccup. Oh, okay, we've got 2 that have fallen out. So those will be the ones that I read. But if there is a bit of a hiccup, it was meant to be. I always say that it was meant to be. It's like, I will make a plan to go to my mum's at a specific time and then I'm late, But I always say to myself, if I'd have left at the time that I was supposed to, maybe I would have been involved in an accident. Okay. Oh, this is really great. You've got 2 lots of pentacles. You've got the 4 of Pentacles here, which is you are drawing from your own hard work. Pentacles are all to do with prosperity, all to do with money, but also to do with work and the hard work that you have done. So very, very, all the work that you've done, all the sort of preparation that you've done is going to lead you in a positive way. And then the 8 of Pentacles, so another Pentacle card here, showing that you perhaps are still finalizing things. You can see he's pouring some gold into another Pentacle there. Perhaps you're still finalizing things, but you will be compensated for that in a prosperity way, in a prosperous way. So there will be finances heading your way. Let's have a look what the crystals say, just seeing another comment on my other screen. Okay, I actually pulled this crystal for myself yesterday. This is a piece of raw ruby. It's not the kind of quality that you would put into a piece of jewelry. This brings positivity into your reading. So you have actually got here the best reading you could possibly get. So next year for you is going to be awesome. Jealous. Chrissy, you're welcome. Pete wants something general. Pete, I'm going to look at my oracle deck first, because that's drawn me before I look into the crystal ball. That has drawn me this evening. So let's have a look. And if I'm staring off into space, it's because I'm listening. Waterfall, effortless. Things are going to flow for you. And the water card, I know with your kidney problems and your renal problems, I see that it is going to be okay for you this year, health-wise. If you keep on doing what you're doing, I know that it is difficult. I know that it is not what you want in life, but you know, it is going to be easier for you to deal with. And other things coming into your life as well. Water is always the energy of movement. It is going with the flow. But that waterfall energy, that sort of sudden rush of water over the edge of a cliff, perhaps you have to do something new or something different, and there's a little bit of a leap of faith needed there. But don't worry, you can do it. It is something that you can do. The crystal ball is showing me a really beautiful summer for you. Something in the countryside, lots of trees, lots of fields, meadows, perhaps a cottage or something. So I do sense that there's going to be a really lovely holiday for you coming up in the next year. In some way, shape or form, it is something that you are going to be able to do. And I know that you're thinking, but how am I going to do that with the fact that you need your dialysis treatment? I do feel that something will kick into place there. I've also got a piece of pink tourmaline, little raw piece of pink tourmaline. Also a positive stone into your life at the moment. So while its positivity is not as strong as ruby, it is still very, very positive. So a lot of love around you, a lot of love for yourself. And I don't know if you have ever considered alternative healing. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, and I completely understand that. But you may want to investigate that, because it may bring you a little bit of comfort. And the pink is all about healing energy. It's from the heart chakra. It's from the heart center. So have a look at that. I hope that's helped you, Pete. Draka, some guidance for 2026. I was actually thinking of you earlier on when I was out on my run, which I will contact you separately about. It's nothing to do with this. It's something completely separate. But let us have a look. Okay, I see a doorway. It's a square doorway. It's painted black. Yes, I know, Rolling Stones, paint it black. But I see this square doorway, and there's this fear perhaps of stepping through that doorway. It's a new opportunity for you, but something is holding you back. Perhaps you don't feel quite ready yet for that. You may feel that it's ominous, that it's sort of looming over you, but it's really not. It is saying to you that fear will pass, that you will be stronger if you walk through that doorway. Also, there's a shining light around the doorway, which again is bringing positive energy into you stepping through that doorway. So even though it's the unknown, it is a positive step for you to take. I think it may be something to do with your transition, and something that you've been thinking about taking a step further. So think about that, and but don't be afraid of stepping through that doorway. I'm seeing also a red light, and this light is red is the color of the root chakra. It's grounding. So if you do see a red light somewhere, follow that light. Perhaps if you're meditating, you may see, I often, when I meditate, see a candle flame in my third eye center, but I also see colors swirling around. So if you see that red light in your meditations or dreams, it may be something that you want to follow. Let's have a look at what the cards say for you, Draco. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Now, you saw that I shuffled those cards. I wasn't messing about, so I did shuffle them. It's your hard work that you've been doing, and I sense it's the creativity that you've been doing. So definitely more creation in your life, creating more, your crafting, not just the physical crafting that you do, but the witchcraft that you do as well. That side of you is going to expand. Okay, got a piece of pyrite here, fool's gold. So it is a warning, a little bit of a warning to say all that glitters is not gold, but it's also a positive in that it may not be gold, but it is a positive for you. So again, taking that step forward, that way forward for you. Hope that helps you. Have we got any other questions? Kirsty, when can he have another bacon roll? He can have it whenever he likes. Yes, Graham, of course, 9 p.m. for his nice and sleazy quiz of the year. I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. Yes, because there's the confetti cravings that you like. I don't know how to do that, so it's something that when I do figure it all out, I will do that. Kirsty, you don't think a reading will be positive for you. Do you want me to do one? I won't do one unless you want me to. Okay, that's something that I will never force a reading on somebody, and I will not pull a card or look in the crystal ball if you don't want me to. Sorry, just having a look. Okay, so I've got no more questions here from people, which is perfectly fine. I've got 10 minutes left. So what are my predictions for 2026? Get your bingo card out. Okay, I do foresee things getting worse as far as these superpowers go, and the idiot people that we have on this planet. But I also do feel that there will be a rising up of people on the left, more cohesion, more positive energy, that sort of coming together of the left, whether they are Green Party, Socialist Workers' Party, Labour Party, even Lib Dem Party, whatever their beliefs. I do think that left-leaning people will definitely try to overcome the swamping and the overrunning that the right are currently doing. I also think that Farage is going to get some sort of comeuppance his way. We don't want you to do what we like you. Thank you. You are welcome, Jacko. I'm glad that helped you. I do think that there will be positive energy from the left, but I think it's something that we have to get rid of, this fear that we have of the right taking over, because it is a fear. It is a fear. And I do sense that from a lot of us on the left, that we are afraid of the right coming in and taking over. And I mean, especially here in the UK, we have Keir Starmer, who is just really not a brilliant prime minister, although Labour have made a lot of, they stuck to a lot of their promises, and but they're just crap at communications. And I just think that people have lost faith, because that narrative of stop the boats, stop the boats, stop the boats is so strong. It has been drummed into people, and it's just not, creating a group of people as a scapegoat for the failings of what Farage would do if he did get into power. But we've got a while to go yet until the next election. And I think if we look at the local sort of councils where they are in power, they're failing. They're failing. Here where I am, the Derbyshire Council are closing care homes. So yeah, find what you care about and get involved locally. Absolutely, Diz. Absolutely. Mithril, if you can't find a group locally, make one. Make one. I'm going to be hopefully starting a support group for women who have been in abusive relationships. And I don't want any monetary compensation from it. It's purely to help women who have been through what I've been through. Okay, I've got a piece of jade here. And jade, as you know, is mined in China. However, jade always puts positive energy into a reading, and it's green. So I would say that we can overcome it if we all look to the positive side of things and take the positive directions from things rather than the negatives. But it will bring a positive sweep into where and who we are. And then I've got another piece of sodalite here. We had sodalite earlier. This is about communication, and it makes perfect sense for what I'm saying, because we need to shout out loud. We need to raise our voices. We need to be heard. We need to start making sense to those people around us that are absolute idiots and racists, and, the people that don't understand the way politics works because they have not looked into it. They have not educated themselves enough on politics. So it is very, very important that we have that communication with people, but not shouting at them, not arguing with them, but just pointing out, well, have you thought that, yes, there are some bad eggs in those that come across on the boats, and things need to change. And those that are bad eggs do need to be deported. But the vast majority of those that do come over need to work and contribute back to society. And, instead of them being kept in hotels, it just boggles my mind that that's what they do. But people also need to be educated about the fact that we are an aging population. Our childbirth rates are lowering, and there will be nobody to take care of me when I'm in my 80s or 90s, if I make it that far. So it's really important that we explain to people, look, you're going to need migrants to help you when you're in old age. Otherwise, you're just going to be wiping your own arse or trying to, or just sitting in your own shit, which is very unpleasant. Let's have a look at some comments here. they stop the boats, there will be huge waits on the NHS. Exactly, Elle, exactly. And it's not just those coming over on the boats either. It's also those that come across for studying, those that come across legally as well. You know, there's this, the right have this twisted logic that if you are not on the same wavelength as them, if you don't do what they do, then you need to go. And they don't see the bigger picture. It's all about now for them. It's all about what they want now, what they believe they want now. They've been, you know, conditioned. They've been manipulated to believe that they are not doing well in life because of those people over there. I want to start a group for drummers who play tennis, help them make their own racket. I love that, Elle. I love that. I've got a friend who loves to drum, and he loves making a racket. The future is never set in stone. We can alter the future if we have the will. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not set in stone. I do believe that we are able to change our future with our actions. Will Andrea Jenkins win Eurovision? No. Definitely not, Kirsty. Definitely not. No. I don't think she'll even get in. Environment is my passion. Was hoping Eden Project North would be starting up by now, but the council dragged their feet. You know, Mithril, in your area, I don't know what party you have affiliation to, but maybe you want to join the Green Party. Yes, they are talking about a lot of things that are not to do with planting trees, but they still have that as their base. And, you know, get involved with your local Green Party if you want to, and go out there, find out in your community, is there a group of people who go picking up rubbish perhaps once a week or twice a week? Where I live, there's a group who go down the Greenway, pick up rubbish, because it just annoys me that people drop things. And they also cut back the plants and the bushes and so on. You know, maybe speak to your local community centre, find out what they have, your local library, if you have a library. I know not all of us have libraries. Also research in your area what there is that you can do, that you can go to a group of people, perhaps, that already have those interests, and look at expanding on that. Stop finding labels for people, something that's always caused division in minorities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pete, I was playing silent tennis today. It's the same as regular tennis, but no racket. Oh, God, you two guys, really, you're brilliant. We had no small boats until Brexit, and then the bastards that caused it weaponized it. Yeah, most people don't know that. They don't. So you need to, you know, speak to them in a way that they can understand, rather than shouting at them, because you shout at people, people don't listen. People do not listen. So it's all about having that open conversation and saying, you know, well, you know, people, when you ask them about Brexit, get very defensive, don't they? So, well, we moved there, you know, and it's sovereignty and all of that lot. But it's being open with them and honest with them and saying to them, look, you know, Brexit has brought this, you know, use the facts. Phil, Max, Graham, all have the information there regarding Brexit and the shit that it has caused to this country. So yeah, it's like, you know, take the knowledge that they've imparted on us. And James O'Brien as well, How They Broke Britain, brilliant book. Read it if you haven't read it. Also a nice way of showing people what a bunch of idiots the right are, and the Tories and so on. You make these up, you know. Elle, it looks like you do. Just saying. Let's have a look here. Don't worry about your smartphone spying on you. Your vacuum cleaner has been gathering your dirt for years. But love it. Okay, the people of England aren't sovereign. They're subjects to the monarchy. I know. And it is something that I disagree with. I am not a royalist. I am not a monarchist. And I think they need to go. Perhaps it's time that we look at doing what the French did. You are welcome, Chris. You are welcome. What is the time? Oh, 1 minute to 7. Yes, please head over to Regan Elite Show. Give him some love and support. Tell him I send my love. I will try and pop over. I've got to make myself something to eat now. I waited today to eat until after I had done this because of my stomach yesterday. So I will be recording a spell that I'm going to be doing for New Year's Eve. It's very short, very sweet, and you may want to do that tomorrow. So you know, it's something that you may want to do at midnight or just after you've all some Auld Lang Syne or whatever it is you toast to. But I will be recording that this evening, so I will upload that. I'm busy with my Russell Brand video at the moment. That will be uploaded this evening. And have a wonderful new year, guys. Stay blessed wherever you go. Stay safe. Drink sensibly. Eat as much as you like within your capacity for food, and say fuck off to 2025 and welcome to 2026. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching tonight. Stay blessed and have a wonderful time. Mwah.